Good afternoon, everybody. We're going to get started. My name is Dan Blumenthal, and if I could have everyone's attention, please. I direct Asian Studies here at the American Enterprise Institute, and we are so honored to have Dr. Tsai Ing-wen here giving us a talk and answering some questions. We just feel very honored and privileged to host Dr. Tsai Ing-wen today. Later on, the president of AEI should be dropping by to say hello, and we'll have Ambassador Wolfowitz, Paul Wolfowitz, who's been working on East Asia issues in Taiwan in particular for so long, come in as well, and hopefully have a chance to ask some questions. I'm not going to leave my remarks short. Dr. Tsai Ing-wen is, I think, well known to everyone here. I don't know if there are more cameras here, more people here, or maybe everyone in Taiwan has their own television station, which is just really a sign of Taiwan's vibrant democracy. On a serious note, we're very proud at AEI to have Taiwan as a friend. Taiwan is a thriving democracy, and we can't say it enough times. The presidential contest is obviously very close, and a lot of issues that the Taiwan people are needing to decide through their elected leaders. But it is a campaign, it is an election. At the end of the day, the Taiwan people will decide the direction of their own future, and they will decide upon Dr. Tsai or President Ma Ying-jeou based on the very clear differences and the very clear policy choices that they set out. Dr. Tsai has an enormous and impressive record, both in politics, as a trade negotiator, as a diplomat, as a politician, and I think we'll have a lot of good things to say this afternoon. So again, I want to express on behalf of the entire family of AEI that we are honored and privileged to count Taiwan, Taiwanese of all parties or no parties, Dr. Tsai and the DPP, Ma Ying-jeou and everyone else, a close friends. You in Taiwan stand up for everything we believe in at AEI. So again, I don't want to take up any more of your time. I think Dr. Tsai is going to speak for about 30 minutes, and then we'll open it up to questions. I'll moderate those questions and be pretty tough about making sure you guys stick to your questions and not comment. So thanks again, Dr. Tsai.
Nice to see you here. Thank you, Dan, for that introduction, and I'd like to thank the American Enterprise Institute for hosting me here today and for providing me the opportunity to speak to the many American friends who are here. Of course, there are Taiwanese friends here, too. Since I became chair of the DPP, that is Democratic Progressive Party, 3 years ago, I have made some trips to Washington, D.C. In fact, I am actually a rather regular visitor here in my 10 years of career as government officials and party leaders. Now, these visits are to engage in dialogue on policy and strategies. Now, these trips symbolize the importance of the DPP places on our relations with the United States. Today, I come here again, not only as chair of the DPP, but as a presidential candidate, and a candidate with a good chance of winning. That's good. So while I enjoy seeing my friends here in Washington, either the United States will have to change its policy on senior official visits from Taiwan to Washington, or unfortunately, for the next 4 or 8 years, it is not likely that I will be able to come here again, and we can only meet face-to-face in Taiwan. This is why I very much cherish the opportunity to come here. And although this is a short trip in the middle of a very intense campaign, I look forward to engaging in profound dialogue with American friends and partners on our bilateral relationship and our vision for the future. Now, I'd like to talk about the 10-year platform that the DPP Standing Committee just passed a while ago. Now, this 10-year policy platform outlines the challenges and circumstances Taiwan faces in the next decade. The platform contains 18 chapters covering a wide range of issues, from agriculture and the environment to technology and industry. It is a product of intense discussions among former DPP cabinet ministers, advisors, academics, NGOs, and party representatives. The formation of this platform adds policy depth and sophistication as the DPP prepares for the opportunity to govern again. It aims at identifying the key challenges Taiwan faces in the next decade and proposes responsible guidelines for responding to those challenges. We are operating in a far more complex global environment than ever before, where the world is characterized by a web of interconnected transnational challenges such as the current economic crisis, epidemics, poverty, energy shortage, climate change, war, and terrorism. At the same time, we are in the middle of a systemic change where the post-Cold War global structure of the U.S. dominance in determining the world order is affected by serious economic and financial problems here, as well as the uncertainty of how emerging powers such as China will evolve. Domestically, although our GDP, Taiwan's GDP has shown some positive growth numbers since the financial crisis a couple years ago. Like here in the United States, we have a crisis of escalating government debt, the loss of jobs, a growing wealth disparity, where the average income for the working person is actually declining. There is no doubt that our domestic, economic, and social challenges are also linked to the global environment, and there are no easy solutions. But the pragmatism, diligence, and creativity of the Taiwanese people have helped our country overcome many challenges in the past. And we have no choice but to be optimistic and confident that through good governance and responsible leadership, Taiwan will continue to survive and prosper. I believe our next election outcome will ultimately be determined by social and economic issues, just as it is in many democracies around the world. As in recent local and by-elections since 2008, the DPP has successfully defined the agenda for domestic politics by leading the public debate on housing, social services, energy, and industrial adjustment. And gradually, we have rebuilt the confidence and trust of the Taiwanese people, tested again and again through successive elections and by-elections. Our rebound is apparent, but we fully understand that when we govern Taiwan again, we must not only respond to the social and economic needs of our people domestically, we must also shoulder responsibility as a stakeholder in the international community that would involve having a realistic and sophisticated grasp of the challenges in the international environment and carrying on with a national security approach that is balanced and stable. Now, U.S. relations. In our view, The United States is Taiwan's most important and reliable partner in international relations. The United States, acting in accordance with the Taiwan Relations Act, is the only country in the world legally committed to supporting Taiwan in our defense and security. But the relationship is not only one with a legal basis and realist common interests. The friendship extends deep into the emotional sentiments of the Taiwanese people, who value the multiple dimensions of trade, cultural, educational, and historical interactions that we have had. Despite our small size and population, Taiwan remains one of the main trading partners of the United States and one of the top markets for U.S. agriculture products. We in the DPP also cherish the relationship and seek to continue to reinforce the profound and comprehensive ties with the United States. On top of the agenda when engaging with the United States is to rebuild strategic confidence and reinforce the strategic partnership. We acknowledge that towards the end of the previous DPP administration, there were divergent views on strategic priorities, and our relationship went through a rough period. Indeed, the U.S. is a global superpower with far-reaching global interests and a complex agenda with China. And Taiwan is a smaller state working to consolidate our young democracy internally while facing the threat of marginalization in our external relations. There are times when our interests will merge, and there are also times when we will have different priorities. However, as partners in a vital strategic relationship, we believe it is important to understand and communicate those priorities, ensuring a degree of strategic confidence that the broader agenda of a common interest for peace and stability is not jeopardized.